Names of 30 more martyrs of the nationwide Iran protest uprising revealed. The People's Mujahedin Organization of Iran released the names of 30 more martyrs of the Iranian people's nationwide uprising in November, bringing to 587 the number of those identified so far. On December 15, the Iranian Resistance had announced that the number of protesters killed on the direct order of the regime's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei exceeded 1,500. Prior to that, it had announced 4,000 had been wounded and 12,000 arrested. Iran regime tortures detained protesters, arrests martyrs' families in bid to prevent memorial ceremonies. Reports received from inside Iran paint a grim picture of brutal torture in prisons in Tehran and other cities in Iran. The conditions in prisons such as Fashfouyeh, Evin, and Gohardasht are as critical based on these reports. Iranians traditionally mourn their dead 40 days after their passing. The Iranian regime is desperately attempting to prevent this memorial for the protesters that it killed during the November uprising that swept the country by arresting and systematically intimidating the families of the victims, the People's Mujahedin Organization of Iran announced. Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, the President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, once again called on the United Nations to send an international fact-finding mission to visit the prisons and meet with the detained in Iran without any delay. Iran protests. Retirees, teachers, and workers in Tehran and various cities staged protest gatherings. On Monday, many retirees staged a protest gathering in front of the regime's Majlis building in Tehran. Protesters carried placards, some of which read, "The answer to people's demand is not prison and bullets, and we will not rest until we obtain our rights." They also carried pictures of some of the martyrs of the November nationwide uprising. On the same day, in solidarity with the protest gathering of retirees, many teachers protested in various cities, including Mashhad, Shiraz, Sanandaj, Safashahr, Marivan, and Saqes. Some of the teachers carried placards that read, "Imprisoned teachers must be released, and teachers don't belong in prison." In Karaj, railway workers protested delays in the payment of their wages and benefits. In Rah Hormuz, water and wastewater employees continued to strike for a second consecutive day and protested delays in the payment of their wages. In Shahrikot, workers at the cement factory, whose main shareholder is the regime's Maskan Foundation, staged a gathering across the factory in protest to disregarding their demand as well as difficult work conditions. Maryam Rajavi sends a message on Christmas and the advent of the new year. Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, the President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, called Christmas an occasion for the world to celebrate human values such as brotherhood and generosity. In the final month of 2019, the people of Iran took to the streets in their greatest uprising against the mullah's religious dictatorship. She continued, "The regime responded by killing 1,500 people, wounding 4,000 and arresting another 12,000. However, guided by the leading organization and its resistance units, the PMOI, the people of Iran are determined to overthrow this regime and establish freedom and democracy in Iran. I would like to express my gratitude to all the advocates of freedom around the world who have supported the Iranian people's struggle for freedom and democracy. Happy 2020. Democracy shall overcome," added Mrs. Rajavi.